We're focusing on U.S. Treasury securities for the Series 65 exam, specifically how you'll be tested on T-bills, T-notes, T-bonds, TIPS, and strips. The most fundamental concept tested is maturity. Treasury bills mature in 1 year or less, Treasury notes in 2 to 10 years, and Treasury bonds have maturities greater than 10 years, typically 20 or 30. The exam will expect you to know that T-notes and T-bonds pay semi-annual interest, while T-bills are zero-coupon securities sold at a discount to their face value. A common question might present a client scenario and ask for the most appropriate Treasury based on their time horizon. Now let's discuss two special types, TIPS and strips. Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities, or TIPS, have a principal value that adjusts based on the Consumer Price Index to protect against inflation. An exam trap here is the concept of phantom income. The upward adjustment in principal on a TIPS is taxable in the year it occurs, even though the investor doesn't receive that cash until maturity. Strips, which stands for Separate Trading of Registered Interest and Principal of Securities, are zero-coupon bonds created by financial institutions who strip the interest and principal payments from T-notes or T-bonds. The key exam point is that strips are not issued directly by the Treasury. Their long duration and zero-coupon nature make them highly sensitive to interest rate changes. The tax treatment of all Treasury securities is a critical area. The interest income is taxable at the federal level but completely exempt from state and local taxes. Expect a question where a client lives in a high-tax state. A Treasury security is often the correct answer over a corporate bond because of this tax advantage. Regarding the auction process, the exam will focus on the difference between competitive and non-competitive bids. Non-competitive bids, typically used by individual investors, are guaranteed to be filled at the yield determined by the competitive bids. Finally, you must understand why Treasuries are considered the risk-free benchmark. Because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, they have virtually no default or credit risk. The yield on the short-term T-bill is often used as the risk-free rate of return in financial models, a foundational concept for an investment advisor. For a memorable shortcut on taxes, remember this phrase: for Treasuries, the feds get their take, but state and local get a break. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.